Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome to another live session with the Hype Magazine. I'm your editor-in-chief, Jerry Doby, and today it is my pleasure to have this young lion on by the name of HDBeenDope. We've been rocking with this brother since 20K in 2019. One of my favorites from his collection is Best Out that dropped in like 2021. Matter of fact, I got a whole package of gear that I'll be rocking with the Best Out t-shirts and all that good stuff, man. I really love this young brother's music. He's lyrical. He's got something to say. He's not just wasting air. And, he's celebrating hip hop, not just rap. HDBeenDope. Welcome, brother.
Word, word. I appreciate that introduction. That was beautiful, man. Thank you.
I really love it, man. I love your music. I love your work. I salute you, young lion, and congratulations on all your success. A Brooklyn cat signed to Hove.
Crazy, right?
September, you signed on with the Roc Nation label, and has it marinated yet?
To be honest, I'm still basking in it. You know what I mean? I think it's been a great high, but I feel like for me, the focus is the work. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand what the legacy actually means. You know how important me, just as you said, a Brooklyn dude signed a whole like that's an important stamp. And before I even got to rock, my focus has been about being a legacy act. You know what I mean? I wanted to be somebody that isn't just a fly by night artist, you know what I mean, that truly has a message and that can actually, evolve with fans over time. Like that's always been a part of my vision. So, Rock, they understood that and they allowed me to do that. So I love it.
Brother, they saw the work. You got two co-presidents or vice presidents of Roc Nation.
Yeah, the
You know,
co-presidents, yeah,
co
Sherry and Omar.
co-sided for you, man. I'm like Sherry Bryant and Omar Grant
Yeah,
are real high on you, and so it comes with a lot of responsibility. Got to step up,
definitely.
you know.
Most definitely.
So one of the things I think that the young cats who haven't put in, 8, 9, 10 years or whatever, they forget is that when you sign especially with an iconic label like Rock, you know what I mean? The work is just starting.
1,000,000%.
You know
one
what I
million
mean?
percent.
I know we have been trying to get together for a couple of weeks now, and your schedule has been crazy. My schedule's been crazy.
Right.
Yesterday you were shooting. Obviously, you got a visual coming up. Maybe we could talk about it. Maybe we can't. I understand how it goes.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Okay, cool. Um, I got to start with this though. I know I'm a fan. I know I've been rocking with you for a minute, but from the inside looking out for those that are just me and you, talk to us about HDBeenDope and the
Yeah.
artist.
As an artist, I feel like the best way I can explain me is somebody that is evolving through audio experience. You know what I'm saying? Like if you listen to my projects and my music, you're really just getting like a little snapshot of where I'm at in my life at that point in time. You know what I mean? There's a lot that I'll listen back to and I'm like, wow, I know exactly what I'm talking about, where I was. But more importantly, is somebody that's committed to growth. You know what I'm saying? That evolution, the same thing I talk about wanting to be a legacy artist. The only way you can become that is by evolving. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just somebody that's committed to growth. And you hear that throughout the music that I have. You know what I'm saying? Is somebody that is constantly battling with, all right, how do we level this up? And all the music that I have coming out, that'll be dropping in these next couple of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little time period or whatever that time period may be. But the music coming soon, it very much tells that story completely. So
Okay.
I'm excited for people to dive into this music.
Okay. So, been around for a minute, putting in the work, navigating the maze. What was the defining moment, if you recall, that made you choose music as a career?
Wow. Super, super early for me. I heard 50 Cent. And that was kind of like the moment where I was like, okay, this is rap. Like this is what it is to be a hip hop artist, all of that. And that was a moment that I really wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Like I was really focused on like, yeah, I want to be a
okay.
rapper.
I am an old head, as you can see by the gray hair. Um, I separate hip hop from rap.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Rap is a component of it's a child of hip hop. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Maybe a grandchild because hip hop has its own style or whatever. And can I get your outlook? And I'm not putting anyone down. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I'm just like I said, I'm old and
Mm-hmm.
I'm set in my ways, and I respect people who respect the culture. And you, of course, you know, being from the BK, you know, the Mecca, one of the Meccas, you know,
Mm-hmm.
how did you, what drew you and made you more of a hip hop talent as opposed to just a straight out rapper?
I think for me, I just enjoyed the music that I grew up on. You know what I'm saying? I really enjoyed it. You feel me? And I think it was finding out about like, so for instance, J. Cole. Cause again, I'm listening to 50. Like this is the music that I'm first got onto. So it's 50, it's Lil Wayne, it's Cameron. Like it's not what people would consider golden age. You know what I mean? Because when we think golden age, we think we're talking Wu Tang, we're talking Premier, we're talking, you know what I mean? All these people,
Big
Big L,
L,
all these
all
people.
that. Yeah, yeah.
Right, exactly. So I didn't even grow up on that. I didn't really find that until I found J. Cole. And J. Cole, he was rapping over 93 till infinity. And it was like, okay, well, what's this? I want to, and I did my research there. Like, so I didn't even hear a lot of albums, obviously, because a lot of those albums weren't even I wasn't born when some of them were out, but like I didn't hear a lot of these albums till I was in my 20s, like early 20s type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for me, I respect it because I found the things that I enjoyed, you know what I mean? And I wanted to go sift through it. But at the same time, I don't chastise the kids that don't go sift through it as well, because I understand that everybody kind of gets it from where they're at. You know what I'm saying? I think it's all in the matter of how open you are to hearing about more. You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like it as a whole, you tell me, maybe because I wasn't in that time, but I would imagine, you know there might have been when people were sampling all of those soul records and things like that. People were kind of like, "Yo, what are you doing to these records?" You know what I mean? Like that was a part of hip hop. Like, wait, the parents were kind of like, "You're ruining these records," but that was a part of hip hop.
Mm,
And I think that's just the evolution of what hip hop is at its core. It's the youth kind of being like, yo, this is what we're on right now, and finding out how to, really express themselves through it.
right.
And granted, I know that was long winded, but my point being is, I feel like there just needs to be that balance, and I try to provide that because from the people that are older, it's kind of like, all right, everybody's doing some bullshit. There's no respect here. And then the people that are younger, it feels like, oh well, we don't care about anything that's happening that was before us, and I try to bridge that gap through the music.
You know, I look at it, in a historical context where, the first real rap song was a gospel song, right?
Mm.
And you can look it up. There's a group out there. They rap. The lead singer rapped the entire song about Jesus, and it's pretty dope,
What's
upbeat.
the name of the song?
Now you're gonna make me.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. I'll look it up. I'll look it up.
Okay. I'll send it over. Maybe I'll send it over to Valentina and
Mm.
have her forward that over to you because it's a cool little video. And actually, Rock the Bells shared it as well on
All
Twitter,
right.
so you might be able to find it in their old post. But um, as an old head, when Ike and Tina were rocking in the juke joint, they took the gospel beats or gospel arrangements and whatever and
Mm.
made it into, kind of like the blues
Mm.
uh, music. And so with hip hop, you know, early on, sampling and cutting in and blending old um, joints, you know, that's just part of the nature of the culture. It's just part of the evolution. And
Right.
now you have the new booties sampling old hip hop records,
Right.
bringing those beats. I really love uh, LL's little segment that he does on who sampled the beat.
Mm.
It's on their YouTube. They do it like weekly or whatever. So it's just, everybody steals, not steals, but borrows,
Right. Right. It's inspiration.
adds to, and evolves. And these are the layers that bring nuances to the music that might otherwise be left out. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
help make connections that sometimes it's soulful. In the
Right.
track. And you go, dang, I remember that. I was talking to somebody else who was a church boy growing up, not as a
Mm-hmm.
rapper, but and he brought that into his music. I'm like, it's just a celebration of
Right.
what came before. And you're amazing. So and you're the tracks that you ride, what I mean? We talking about some of these cats are monotone, right? But
Mm-hmm.
you're using your vocals as an instrument as well.
For
So
sure.
you change timbre and intonation, and maybe I'm talking technical and we shouldn't go there, but sometimes just the power or the pullback, the de-escalation of the voice that you use,
Right.
um, is really great. How did you develop your unique voice and figure out, when to emphasize like a good preacher?
Yeah, that really comes from being on stage. Like I was doing a lot of shows and shows that I wasn't necessarily always like people weren't coming for me. So I feel like it's important when people aren't there for you, you have to figure out how to draw them in. You know what I'm saying? And the peaks and the valleys that are in one song, you know what I'm saying? Because a song can come on, it's like, all right, this is about to be the same thing for the next 2 minutes, you know? And if
Mm-hmm.
I'm just hearing this for the first time, unless I really love this, then okay, I can be turned off or turned on in that first 3 minutes or pardon, 3 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be. It's pretty quick, but with me, the dynamics in my music, the way I use my voice, the way I take things out of the beat, like it's very dynamic. And I do that because now somebody's hearing that at the show for the first time. It's like, oh, okay. Well, I can't just turn my ears off completely. I have to pay attention, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to be comfortable on the big stage? Because you've been rocking crowds for a minute.
To be very honest with you, that I feel like that's like it's very natural for me. Like getting on stage, I've never really felt intimidated by being on stage, you know? It's just
Mm.
it's been regular, like it's
Now,
cool.
did you participate in like in school? Did you participate in like the talent shows
Yeah,
and
so in
joints
summer
like
camp
that?
1 year, we did this little like dance. I think it was to like Mario's Just a Friend, I think. But yeah, I did that 1 year.
Okay, my only talent show was a Easter play at church, and I cried the entire time.
I
Wow.
used to do them in nursery too. I had to like sing Aladdin, a whole new
Uh,
world. Like this was like in like kindergarten or something like that. Like
yeah.
I used to do all of that.
Yeah, I ain't never wanted to be on stage. When they started saying, "Okay, now you got to do video interviews," I'm like, "Bruh, I'm not
You
serious."
behind the scenes type of guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm the editor
Oh,
in chief. Why does anybody want to see me? I do phoners and send out stuff like that or write original pieces, but no, you have to be on here on video and talk to people. I'm
right.
like,
It's a new
I,
way.
but I've been blessed, to be able to talk to some young lions like yourself
Word.
who I admire their music, and I got a chance to watch the career and watch the move and to see them be recognized after all that hard work. I feel like I'm part of the story in the background. Maybe I wrote something or maybe I just retweeted something or whatever. I'm like, yeah, because I really
Yeah.
believe in what you're doing. And I
Oh,
actually
thank you.
believe in what you're doing. You feel me?
Thank
So
you, man,
I
for real.
think I'm gonna steal from Prince. Prince said that he didn't need to make new music because music was in good hands. I think, with them putting you at the forefront here, that hip hop is in good hands, young brother.
Wow. I appreciate that, man.
The trust is so. What is the most fun for you in creating
Just
music?
creating is coming up with the idea, right? When I first come up with, I could be sitting there listening to the beat and I, come up with a melody for a hook or something like that. Just something that lets me know that, like, once I start finishing the song in my head, once I get to that point, start
Mm,
finishing the record in my head, that's amazing.
mm,
And performing the record. So
okay,
those two are like my favorite, the peaks of all of the music. Everything in between is, ups and downs, but those two, my peaks.
okay, all right. We told you all that he just signed uh in September with Roc Nation. Um, celebrated with the Paper Planes freestyle, which I thought was pretty dope.
Thank you. Yeah, shout out to.
But the lyrical missiles came out with Wake 'em Up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, finally, he gonna
That
talk some stuff. I
that's not
love it.
even the one. I got one that I know you're gonna be excited about.
What's
Trust and
that?
believe. It's coming. It's coming real soon. It's called Madman. So
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
put that one in your notes.
Madman. I'm writing it down right now, bro.
Yeah, write that one down. Madman, when you hear it, make sure you hit me.
Madman. Yeah, HD Bendo. Hmm. Upcoming. I got you. I wrote it down. Literally, I have a
Coming. It's coming.
notepad. I'm
Very,
old.
very
I told you I'm old. I got a notepad with
very
notes.
soon. Trust me. I know you're gonna love that one.
Yeah, I'm rocking with it. So, yesterday you were out shooting. So obviously you got a visual. Talk to us
Yeah.
about what's coming.
Yeah, so yesterday we were shooting the Wake 'em Up video. That one's gonna be very special. It's just energy. That track is a lot of energy. It's in your face. It's aggressive, and the video it got that same type of vibe. You know what I mean? It's ominous, but it's gonna be something very special. I'm excited for people to see that one.
Look, you got somebody here that's ready to throw the alarm clocks in the graveyard and wake the dead already. Like,
Everybody,
God,
everybody got to get up. That's the energy we coming in with. You know what I'm saying? The way that we riding through this whole industry is just all right, cool. Everybody got to join the wave. You know what I mean? You're not really asking for it. People
okay.
gonna get with it.
I have to ask this question. Everything can't be a fun question. You know what I mean? As an artist with so many ears, and now with the major label backing, what do you feel your responsibility is to hip hop moving forward?
Definitely. I feel like my biggest responsibility is to stay true to myself. You know what I'm saying? I think hip hop uh is about true expression, you know what I'm saying? And if I'm not being true to me, then I feel like I'm doing a disservice to the hip hop message I'm putting out into the culture, you know what I'm saying? So as long as I'm staying true to myself, then I'm lifting up hip hop in the way that's supposed to, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, everybody wants to know how it happened. You said it was serendipity that you got over to the rock. What was the real? I know there's a process that you can't talk about, and I understand that respectfully.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, how did it really happen?
Truthfully, it was off of the excitement that we built up. This year it's been me, I mean Dizzy Banko, everybody at Violation, I mean me, my team Lab. We just been hitting the ground. We ran this whole year, you know what I'm saying, building out with these. We started off with the free verses from top of the year, you know what I'm saying. Then we went into the sessions. This was off of the music that me and Dizzy and Violation been working on. We started building out these sessions and just inviting people in to listen to the music and building that excitement. And they were able to see that and was like, whoa, okay, something's happening here. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? That lit the fire under that building, and they were like, yo, you're the guy. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
it was
And
a
you
dope.
shot all that in your home.
Oh
No
yeah, this is in
scenario.
home. This is with the team. This is me and Erickson. We shoot all my videos. You know what I'm saying? Me and Jew were doing the free verses. That's my manager. Um, so we just do all this in the house. I edit a lot of this stuff, So we just get it done the way it's supposed to. I even record at my crib. So we got it in a place where we can get all pieces of content, anything that it takes to release music in 2022, we can do that completely by ourselves. You get what I'm saying? But now having a label like Roc Nation that believes in the things that we're doing by ourselves, it's only just going to amplify what we're already doing. So we're just beyond excited to be in this position.
Okay. So the free verses was weekly. You were doing
Yeah,
that weekly.
yeah, that's inspired just by Wayne and that energy, you know?
Damn. Okay. That's a lot. How did you time manage all of this?
Time management, that again, being as in-house, a lot of that is just us just running, you know. So I can't even lie. It'll be times where the free verses would come out Wednesday at 3 p.m. every Wednesday, right? It'll be times that maybe 30 minutes before I'm still doing the text
Oh
on the
wow.
video. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Sometimes that morning, me and Jew will be going to the gym, and then once we leave the gym, we'll go back out and go shoot the free verse. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll have to go edit and all that. So a lot of that time it was in that crunch time. But honestly, that was a part of the excitement for me. You remember Good Fridays when Kanye was releasing those weekly records,
Yes,
right?
I do remember.
And sometimes it was like, oh, it's coming out in 30 minutes, but then it would get pushed because they still were mixing this or they needed this or whatever. There was that excitement for me as a fan that I was just like, whoa, like these guys are just in the studio right now going crazy. So I kind of wanted to give myself that same feeling. So that's kind of why we went about it that way.
Okay. You have been creating for a long time. I mean, and everybody's, loved you from, your appearance on Madden in 21, NBA 2K, um, Broken Dreams in 2020,
Mhm.
got you like Double XL, DJ Booth, and Hype Beast really caught their attention and things like that. How do you feel like your sound has evolved? Just
I
let's say since 2019.
Yeah, I think the biggest evolution of the sound now is it's a lot more in your face. It's the same exact energy, you know what I'm saying, but it's in your face now, and in terms of it's unapologetic. You know, I think if you listen to a lot of the Broken Dreams music, it's you can feel the duality sonically in it.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? I think in a lot of the new music, it's almost like you can't feel the duality, but if you listen to what I'm saying, you can hear the duality. You get what I'm
mm,
saying? So now it's all aggression, but now it's a lot more in the vocal. My vocal performance and what I'm saying is where you truly get the story. But now if you listen to the music, you can be like, whoa, this is aggressive, you know? But
one,
it's very honest.
I think in my experience, and I love hip hop. Uh, one of the great points about the masters of the craft is they hit you with these lyrical missiles, right? That are hidden in metaphors that make you rewind. And I do come from the time of the cassette tape. If y'all don't like it, go to hell. I'm that old. I would make you rewind to get all the juice out the meat, so to speak.
Right.
And you have that as well sometimes. Like I have to go back to best out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You drop it and you put it there, but then you got like, what did he just say? How did he mean that? Was that a
Right.
challenge? Or is he just saying, I know who I am and I'm telling you who I am, so don't sleep?
Right.
That kind
Right.
of situation. So, um, man, as you never, I want to respect your time. I don't want to keep you on all day. Although I'm enjoying this conversation, thank you for turning it from an interview
Likewise.
into a conversation. I really appreciate that. I'm honored by that. Um, as you navigated the maze of the business side of the
Mm.
music business, what was your biggest surprise?
Biggest surprise is, I mean, it's the thing that people say a lot. But I feel like once you get met with something, you still have to deal with the realization, you know?
Right.
And that's that the music business is 80% business and like 20% music, you know? Like
Mm,
people say that, people have been saying that, but once you fully understand, it's like, oh, okay, I get it, you know? But I think as an artist, it's important to understand why you started creating in the first place and maintaining that, because the music business is going to be what it is. You know, that's for the way the business works is the way the business works. But why you decided to do that, that's a you thing. That's exempt of the business. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that needs to be the focus as the artist. You just need to remember why you started it.
Okay. And don't get sidetracked and let folks get in your ear, get you
Yeah,
all down
exactly.
and depressed. Speaking of depression, you know, from elite athletes to high end artists and entertainers, mental health is one of the big things. How
Yeah.
have you maintained your mental health and tended to that throughout your career?
The biggest thing is having good people around me, you know, because I think naturally it's ebbs and flows. You know, some days you feel like you're on a high, some days it's like, whoa, this is not my day at all, you know. But I have great people around me that if anything, I can always go speak to, you know what I'm saying, be able to get that off. And then of course I got the music that I can always express myself in.
Mm,
But even beyond that, for me, when I'm in those like low places, it's about trying different things to bring me out of it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I'll be honest, it might be a time where it's like, you know what, today might just be a day where I just need to decompress, you know what I mean? Like completely. But in order to work myself out of that funk, it's like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna make some beats today. I'm gonna go outside and drive around, you know, little things just to try and bring myself back into those spirits. And usually it gets me right every time, you know, going
okay.
through that process.
You talking about decompress? What outside of music like makes you tick? Do you go fishing? Are you like graffiti tours, museums, some stuff like
Not
that?
so I really like watching movies. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my thing. I got my projector like set up right above my studio space right now, and I just have movies playing, shows, things happening all the time. But beyond that, I really like being out in nature. Like
Okay.
just being outside. It's just a good feeling, you know?
Yeah.
I like that.
I grew up, you know, where I'm from. It used to be. Now I live in the country. I'm in the Midwest, right? So I see them all the time. But in LA, South Central, right? If you saw a squirrel run across the yard, that was a nature event. I
Mm.
mean, it was a pretty big deal. You just stand there and watch. Oh, look at it's red, it's gray. You know,
Right, right.
now they just destroy my deck and all that good stuff, and the acorns are everywhere all over my yard. So I don't even care. So, but it's good to see that you have something, you know, to mention nature and to see the world around you. Speaking of seeing the world around you, uh, since you're like this high end musician and I call it musician, even if you don't play an instrument, because your voice is an instrument as well.
For sure.
With as many songs and sounds as you hear, are you able to just vibe out to music as a consumer, or has that experience been ruined for you? Are you always analyzing?
So I feel like I don't vibe out to music in the same way, just in terms of how much time I have to sit and listen to music. You know what I'm saying? When I'm driving, that's usually where I listen to music nowadays. But I would say it's crazy because I've been having this conversation recently with a couple of my friends, but just wondering like, when did I actually sit with music? You know what I'm saying? Like actually sit down with it, not talking about like, oh, I heard that. Like actually like process the music. And I feel like a lot of right now, I was like, I don't even have the time to like sit with music the way I want to. But beyond that, I do get to, you know, ride around and enjoy listening to music. You know, I'm not as analytical as maybe one would presume.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm analytical as heck.
Really?
But bro, I get 200 pictures a day. So if I get 200 pictures a day, you're a creator. You and your team are always, so you're looking at 1,000 different sounds a day.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
like, so it has to impact you even greater as a
A
creator.
million percent. Yeah. Of
I only got a couple of more questions, and I really appreciate your patience with me. I
course.
know
Yeah.
I could drag this on from time to time, but you have a lot to say, and I want you to say it. So, um, what has been your funniest WTF moment thus far in your career? Something that just had you on the floor. You ain't got to put nobody on blast, but I know there's a situation that just had you rolling. Can you remember?
That had me rolling, man. Okay, this didn't necessarily have me rolling, but I would definitely say forgetting my words in that show in Paris. When I forgot my words, I opened up for Doppelgangers in Paris, and I was supposed to do 15 minutes, 15-minute set. They had us waiting in this hookah bar for a little longer, and they basically were like, "Yo, too many people came for him, so you got to do an hour instead of 15 minutes." And I got up there and I forgot the words to damn near every song. And it was one of those moments like, wait, what? You know, like,
Wow.
but I only can laugh at it now, obviously, because I'm removed from that situation and I was able to go back to Paris and, do the show properly a year later. But that definitely was one of those like, whoa,
Mm.
what the fuck?
Man, now you sparked another question. So traveling as an indie, as a self-propelled artist, uh,
Yeah.
across the world, where have you had the best meal?
Best meal. Whew, Italy. I was in Milan.
Mm.
Yeah, and we had some pasta. That was fire. That was
Mm.
definitely one of the ones. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Always, I always wanted to go to Italy on a food tour. So now you spark it. That's on my bucket list before I go. Half past
I'm with you. I want to do that too. I didn't do the full food tour, you know what I'm saying? Because when you're on tour, it's just stop here type thing. But I definitely want to go back on like, leisure at some point.
okay. Uh, you've been interviewed over the years by pretty much everybody that cat, uncle, and dog, or somebody has mentioned you. Um, is there a question that we as journalists have not asked you that you've always wanted to address?
Wow, that's wild. It's good. I don't think so off top. I feel like any questions I have is probably like just real intricate questions about, you know, song topics and things like that. Like that's really where it go. If I could just think off the top, it would be like super, super specific to the writing because I'm a writer, so I'm big on writing questions and thought process, things like
Oh,
that.
yeah. I always am scared that when you ask the writers questions and how did your process questions that you answer that so many times that
Mm.
it becomes redundant for you.
Right, yeah. Because I think the difference is like specific to records. You know what I mean? Because I think for me, anytime someone's interviewing, it's more of like, all right, well, what's the thing that gets you excited? You know what I mean? Because I can, if there's something specific about what I'm doing that somebody's actually interested in, I can deep dive on that forever. You know what I mean? So I much rather hear the things that whoever's interviewing is excited about because we can actually dive deep on
Unfortunately for you, I'm not into the writing. I'm into
that.
delivery. I'm in, I'm into the presentation because I have watched people sit there and write music, and I don't write music or make music.
Hmm.
I'm just learning the guitar. You see it in the background. Uh,
Word.
and at 59 years old, I'm just learning how to fret. So I'm
I
like,
got one in here too. I still don't know how to play it, but I was
okay.
I was actually supposed to set it on fire during the video and we just never did it. So I was like, I'm gonna learn how to play it at some point.
Oh wow, you were going rock and roll. Okay. I feel
Yeah.
you. I feel you. I feel you. Brother, is there anything that you wanted to cover
Tonight
that
we're
I may
making
have
an
neglected?
announcement. So, this is my next EP. What can they say? It's coming out this month, October. I'm excited for people to hear it. That's the biggest thing. That's the one to be have your eyes set on. When I tell you that this music is about that feeling of your back is against the wall. How do I level this up? Everybody's been in there. Everybody's felt that feeling regardless. I'm not talking about just specifically the music and me and my career. I'm talking about everybody. You at your job and you trying to figure out, all right, well, what's the next level up from here? How do I get this promotion? Do I want to go to another job? You know what I mean? Whatever it may be, even in school, how do I figure out how to, level up in that, level up in life. That's just what this music embodies. So I'm excited for people to fully dive in with the music and, you know.
I am very proud for you. I'm proud for you. I don't know you personally. Personally, this is our first time facing up. But like I said, I've been following you and rocking with you since 20K in 2019. I rock your gear proudly, and I'm happy uh, that you have been elevated to being part of the machine.
Right.
The rock
In the game
machine.
now. In
Now,
the game now, man.
yeah, you
Gonna get
been in the
excited.
game, brother, but now it's a different situation. So I'm proud for you. I I wish you much continued success. Anytime you need the Hype magazine, brother, I'm here for you.
Wow.
And
Thank you.
yeah, yeah,
Mm,
we'll see you soon.
for
Please come
sure. I
back and
appreciate
talk to
it.
us
Nah,
again.
yeah, let's do this when the project come out. You hear everything and you listen to Madman. Let's do this again.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to. All right, everybody, the Hype Magazine live sessions. This has been HDBeenDope. And this young man is amazing. Congratulations once again on your signing to
Thank you,
Roc
sir.
Nation. You've got one of the most iconic labels in your corner. And
Definitely.
you got a lot to deliver and a lot to say. And I
Most
want to
definitely.
hear it. We're here for it. Until next time, though. Peace.
Peace.